To every animal of the earth, and to every bird of the sky, and to everything that creeps on the earth, in which there is life, I have given every green herb for food. And it was so. This statement comes from the book of Genesis in the Bible, specifically Genesis 1 verse 30. It is part of the creation narrative where God is described as creating the world and all living creatures within it. In this particular verse, God is depicted as providing food for all living creatures on earth. The phrase, every green herb, refers to vegetation or plants that are suitable for consumption by animals. According to this passage, God's provision of food for animals is abundant and encompasses all forms of life, including animals, birds, and creeping things. The verse highlights the concept of God's care and provision for His creation. It emphasizes the interconnectedness of all living beings and their dependence on the natural resources provided by the earth. Additionally, it underscores the idea of stewardship, suggesting that humans have a responsibility to care for and protect the environment and its inhabitants. Interpretation of God's provision. The verse underscores the belief in God's provision for all living creatures. It emphasizes the idea that God's care extends to every aspect of His creation, ensuring that each living being has access to the sustenance it needs to thrive. This interpretation highlights the concept of divine benevolence and the belief that God's creation is inherently good. Ecological harmony. The passage suggests a harmonious relationship between God, His creation, and the natural world. By providing food for every living creature, God establishes a balanced ecosystem where each species fulfills its role in the web of life. This interpretation emphasizes the interconnectedness of all living beings and the importance of maintaining ecological balance. Human responsibility. Some interpretations of this verse emphasize the concept of stewardship, suggesting that humans have a responsibility to care for the earth and its inhabitants. As stewards of God's creation, humans are entrusted with the task of preserving the environment, conserving natural resources, and promoting the well-being of all living creatures. This interpretation underscores the ethical imperative of environmental stewardship and sustainable living practices. Cultural and religious significance. The passage holds significance not only within the context of Judeo-Christian theology but also in other religious and cultural traditions. Similar themes of divine providence, ecological balance, and human responsibility are echoed in various religious texts and spiritual teachings around the world. As such, this verse serves as a universal reminder of the interconnectedness of all life and the importance of caring for the earth. Biblical context. Genesis 1 verse 30 is part of the creation narrative found in the book of Genesis, which describes the origins of the universe, earth, and all living creatures. This particular verse is situated within the account of the sixth day of creation when God creates land animals, birds, and creeping things. It follows the pattern in which God declares His creation to be good after each day of creation, highlighting the divine approval of His work. Theological interpretations. The verse has been interpreted in various theological contexts. Some theologians emphasize the idea of God's sovereignty and providence, asserting that He provides for the needs of His creation according to His divine will. Others focus on the theme of God's compassion and care for His creatures, highlighting His benevolent nature and concern for all living beings. Ethical implications. Genesis 1 verse 30 has ethical implications regarding humanity's treatment of the environment and its inhabitants. It underscores the importance of respecting and preserving the natural world, including plants, animals, and ecosystems. Many environmentalists and conservationists draw inspiration from this passage, advocating for sustainable practices and stewardship of the Earth's resources. Interfaith dialogue. While originating from the Judeo-Christian tradition, the themes present in Genesis 1 verse 30 resonate with other religious and spiritual perspectives. Similar concepts of reverence for nature, interconnectedness, and stewardship of the earth can be found in diverse faith traditions worldwide. This verse thus serves as a point of commonality for interfaith dialogue and collaboration on environmental issues. Contemporary relevance. In today's world, where environmental concerns such as climate change, habitat destruction, and species extinction are pressing issues, Genesis 1 verse 30 remains relevant. It prompts reflection on humanity's relationship with the natural world and calls for responsible action to protect and preserve the Earth's ecosystems for future generations. Overall, Genesis 1 verse 30 encapsulates timeless themes of divine provision, ecological harmony, and human responsibility, offering guidance and inspiration for navigating humanity's relationship with the environment in both religious and secular contexts.